Good evening, Lionels and Gentlekeys. Welcome to SpeedGaming 4, where we are going to watch Dr. J, PhD, and Thilotilo compete in their first match of the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2024 Winter Tournament. Joining me tonight is my co-commentator, JXB Adam, and our tracker, Camion Renokai, who are both totally on time for dinner, I promise. And where have our runners begun?
I believe that is one of the forest armmost, Magpie.
Did we see what item they began with? The recorder! Not a lot of initial checks with just recorder, but I'm going to say they're maybe going to get their candle sub 3 minutes. Keep the race open and interesting right away.
I hope so. I see Dr. J has already taken a death, and Thilotilo appears to be frozen.
Oh, that would be because there are a bunch of darknuts on the overworld. Not a very friendly seed so far. Gotta love that recorder music. Keeping it in-house tonight with another Zelda classic.
All right, Dr. J returning to start as Thilotilo checks another armmost, finding a staircase.
Not a very exciting one, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, Dr. J did not have much cash in pocket, so we're not sure how much the door repair is yet tonight.
That's okay, I have it on good authority. It's greater than 0.
Well, there's a couple of things you don't want to cheap out when you're setting up your home, and one of them is the quality of your door. Security is very important.
That's right.
Looks like Tilo has taken another tough hit from this brutal overworld. And hopefully Dr. J is going to be putting those 7 bombs to good use. He started with a couple of lucky bomb drops.
And Monocle Rock is a big dud.
And also pays a $0 door repair. Good to get those out of the way early.
Honestly, if you could just line up all 10 of them and take them right away, I don't know too many runners that would be upset by that.
We found a little something here.
It's gambling under the lake.
Are you much of a gambling man? Do you like to gamble when you're running seeds?
No. My idea of gambling would be actually running a seed. That's very gambling for me.
So Dr. J found an any roads already. 2 right next door to each other.
Oh boy. And our first medium secret on Tilotilo's side, 39 rupees. A good start.
And he finally gets a nice fat bomb pack off that blue Octorok.
In the meantime, Dr. J up in Casino Corner has found mags. Unfortunately, they are at least 7 hearts short.
Hoping Mags is not too heavy this evening for our runners. But it is in a bit of an out-of-the-way spot.
Right next to an any road, so
That is
maybe not.
Now, we might have just seen the coast item over on Tio's screen, but I missed it. Chat, help us out. Did you catch what was on the coast?
I didn't catch what was on the coast, but our tracker, Cami and Renikai, did, marking it as a heart. Chat, we haven't found that first dungeon yet. You still have a chance to get in on the what will the first dungeon be game. And oh no,
That
a
is
really small secret.
and a heart under Armos. Cheap candle though. Only $50 for a candle. And we did just get our first dungeon. Thilotilo has found. It's green. I wasn't looking.
It was level 8.
Ah, level 8.
Gonna pirouette that door. The starting location looks like it might be 1Q.
Could still be 2Q. That could be. Well, nope. I don't believe the large spiral is thick on the right. Is it?
No, it's
It's thin
thick
on
on
the
the left.
right. Correct, I should say. Oh, do we have our first transport staircase?
Surprise! And chat, don't lament no winners for that game. Chat, you're winners for just being here tonight.
Hey, and we have found Dungeon 7 over with Dr. J. Well, hello there. Oh no!
Boy!
That is Shapes in the back half. We are going to have a Shapes 9 to give us a spicy match.
Oh boy, chat. What's our first half gonna be? Is it going to be 1Q or is it gonna be 2Q? Guess quickly before the enemies give it away.
So, what do you think Map 7 looks like here? It's reminded me of one of the Bubble Bobble dinosaurs.
I like that. It could very well be a Bubble Bobble dinosaur.
Thilotilo making long work of this room full of pancakes.
That's right, these pancakes are tough. They take a lot of swipes to cut down.
Dr. J saw that Shape 7 and he said, no thank you. I will come back.
And already Thilotilo should realize they are in a Shapes 8, given that map.
Yes, that is a very shapy map. Not in a good way.
So chat, the fun thing about Shapes is we get to play the most amazing game in all of Hyrule, Find the Bomb Wall.
And chat is telling us that Thilotilo saw the arrows in 8.
Oh boy, that must have been a floor item that I missed while I was rambling on about the amazing fun of Shapes.
A stair heart. Now, I'm a bit new, so I'm going to occasionally ask some really basic questions. Shapes 8 will still have 3 items in it, I believe?
That is correct. There will be 1 floor item and 2 stair items, and don't worry about asking questions. You can ask all sorts of questions, and I will happily give wrong answers.
Well, okay then. We'll have to work this out through process of elimination.
Yes, I call that deceptive commentary. I don't actually try to give wrong answers, but I occasionally am wrong, and I own up to it. And there's your shape, chat. Name that ink blot.
A disaster indeed. Could Dr. J be going on his any road?
So level 8 is an art piece that hangs in the Hylian Museum of Art. It's from Ganon's Blue period.
Ganon is what happens when you get rejected from art school.
Yes, getting rejected from art school can lead to a great many unfortunate things.
Oh, and Dr. J has his candle.
And from that position, I'm believing he bought it.
Yes. That will be some much reassured offense in this absolutely brutal overworld. $39 for a secret. Oh, and
Ooh,
Thilotilo.
a death in level 8. And I like this one from chat. It's a skeletal warrior holding up a shield guarding half of its face.
I like it. I like it.
Ooh, 10 rupee bombs. Not a bad price this seed. 50% off.
You gotta get something back from this seed.
Ooh, there's something back.
A big.
145 rupee large secret.
All we need now is an affordable blue ring. Nope.
Oh, that blue ring's affordable. You just want to grind 14 more rupees and head right back there.
J is close.
But the Octorots just have heart. And a wand is our white sword item. 4 hearts, not enough to pick it up. Unfortunate. I was hoping we might get a heart overworld.
Very interesting to see if they're going to come back. I mean, almost certainly I would come back for the wand as soon as I had the 6 hearts.
Or even sooner if I happen to find a take any like 1 or 2 screens away from it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. If it was convenient to maybe just pop by on 5, see if you can be lucky.
It's
Absolutely.
also right next to an any road, so that's good news, potentially.
Wow, that and our oh, I already forgot. Mind of a goldfish. What was next to the any road earlier?
I believe it was Magical Sword.
Was it? Yes. We did see mags already.
And don't worry, it's not really the mind of a goldfish. It's more like, oh, look, that wand is shiny. And then you forget the other thing. It's okay.
It was a very shiny wand. Both our runners beating up on some rather beefy blue Octoroks, trying to get some bombs. No luck. And so Thilotilo opts to just buy some. Matter of fact, he's going back in for a second pack of organic blueberries.
Price so nice, you gotta get it twice.
Hey, we have found ourselves a 6. The very convenient Bombosaurus.
And an immediate red candle. Yes, please.
Absolutely. Because that is the rule, isn't it? You can't get the red candle unless you buy the blue one first.
I don't know. We might be seeing an exception to that rule because Thilotilo might be about to get into level 6.
That is not a kind room.
No, but that clock sure is kind.
Thilotilo opting. Oh, he's going back in.
Oh,
Ha!
yeah. This is what happens when you don't find level 6 first, kids.
That Thilotilo did not mean to curse you. Oh, thank goodness we could get out of that shoot room.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about it, but there's some blue bubbles, and you know what that means.
Red bubbles, right?
That's what I meant to say, but red and blue, they are all so close together when you're, giving deceptive commentary. But that does mean we will have a 2Q first half.
I was about to say, doesn't that mean, oh my goodness, so that means we will have 3 items in 4, not in 1, correct?
That's correct. We will have 3 items in level 4, along with all the rest of the fun that is 2Q4.
Very exciting time awaiting for us. These poor runners, they have quite the seed ahead of them. So Dr. J has picked up our first Triforce of the evening out of 6. And I believe Thilotilo just found the potion lady, I believe.
I think that's correct, as long as it was an old person who appeared and didn't say anything whatsoever.
Yes. He forgot to bring his receipt.
Oh, Dr. J is beelining that blue ring. That's for sure over there,
Yes.
chat. Now, Magpie, Dr. J has purchased the blue ring. Do you know what that means?
We're gonna find the red ring.
It will probably be Dr. J's next item. Oh, Thilotilo leaving about 80 rupees on the floor there, finding a second large secret.
Always tough when you run into those secrets with a full purse. You always feel a little bit bad about that. Like, you don't want to be too mad because finding a secret is so much better than finding a door repair, but at the same time, you hate to give it away. Now, Dr. J coming up to the graveyard?
Makes sense. There's 2 graves that may push. I don't think either of them pushed, and Thilotilo beelines the blue ring, just like Dr. J. Our runners are both jewelried up.
I wasn't aware we had found the bracelet, is why I was curious about the trip to the graveyard. Oh! Thilotilo did do the 5-heart check on the wand and was denied. He'll pick up a 39 rupee consolation prize. And head south to do a candle check in the woods. But no burning bush.
That's right. As soon as we have the candle, it's time to burn down all of Hyrule. Dr. J has found the Big A level 2.
And Thilotilo has found 5. That is a palette.
Oh yes, the dark purple palette that makes all the rooms look like dark rooms, but I assure you they are not. Level 5, the Big Z, is going to have 2 sets of transport stairs and 1 item stair.
Item right away into, and it is our ladder. He's got to feel pretty good about that.
In the meantime, Thilotilo has found the Triforce in level 5. Will they go back in?
No! Opting to come back later. Doesn't want anything to do with those big, long dip levels yet.
And a 6th heart for Thilotilo. Now, when will they beeline the wand? Will it be soon, or will they finish up their route and then go up there?
They're not too far from it.
Interesting. Dr. J had a chance to Kananaki with that gel, but chose not to. I don't blame him. It might have been quite a bit before the gel got up to the top to enable the Kananaki.
Kananaki? Help me out here. Help a new one like me out. What is...
Oh, of course. So you see the room that Dr. J's in now with the shutter door and the key door?
Yes.
So in a room like that, when you kill all the enemies, the shutter door opens. But the game actually thinks that all the doors are open for one frame. So if you kill the last enemy and then push through the key door, you will pop through the key door.
Ah.
And once you've done that, if you go back through the key door, that key door will stay unlocked. In the meantime, Thilotilo back on Death Mountain because they left a wand here.
And given how hard this overworld is and how tricky our dungeons are, I cannot blame him for wanting to up that combat power early. That could save him a lot of time. You can lose a lot when you take one or two unfortunate deaths on a big map.
That's absolutely right. It's one of the reasons that I always say if you have a potion and you're deep in a dungeon, don't be afraid to use it. There's no reason to save your dungeon or your dungeon. Oh my goodness. See, words are hard, chat. Save your potion for later if it can help you right now.
Oh, I'm absolutely the person who finishes every game with an inventory full of green herbs and dies with a pocket full of potions.
Triforce at a level 2 for Dr. J.
And level 8 has been found by Thilotilo.
And now if you look, you can see that like the top part of it kind of looks like a skull and the bottom part of it looks like a shield being held up.
Okay, yes. A little more confident now that he has his wand. He's ready to take on the dungeon, dig for some items.
Yeah, it seems silly, but all of a sudden you're speeding up your combat by maybe seconds per room. Dr. J has purchased the bait knowing that 2Q3 looms large in this seed.
Common for Second Quest 3 to have a bait block.
Absolutely. And you also have the joy that is shapes 1Q7, which will also contain a bait block. May not be required though.
Still, Seed was pretty generous with its rupees early on, so definitely a prudent move to potentially save yourself that time down the line.
That's right. And if you may have noticed on Tilo's side, a single Wi-Fi beam from the wand took out the Vires. Those Vires have rolled down to 2 hit points each. Here's level 4 for Dr. J, everybody's favorite big giant D.
So what do you think? Do you think they'll find the little D bow in the big D4?
You know, it's surprising how often that seems to happen. I do know that they will find a 111 rupee bomb upgrade.
Well,
And an
great.
immediate Triforce. Hello.
Boss buddies right there.
We call that a boss rush. Of course, the Goma was not doing a very good job of guarding the Triforce, just leaving it right there on the floor for anyone to take.
Oh, he found the stair item right away and leaves it because we already have our recorder.
Uh-oh. I would say Spaghetti-O, but it's not really Spaghetti-O. They started with the recorder. That just means level 4 is one item less important.
But you still have to dig for all 3.
Oh no, you can gamble and skip them, but gambling when you can get the Triforce isn't as bad because you can return to the dungeons very quickly with the recorder.
True. And we have such a great song on the recorder this seed.
Hey chat, what's the song on the recorder? Also, Dr. J getting the recorder. Oh my goodness, that is a Triforce, not a recorder, at a level 4.
Puts him 3 Doritos in, but still he doesn't know yet about the silvers in 8. I gotta respect Tilo. Oh no! He gave the Gliok a goodnight kiss.
Nah, that was just a BMO saying, hey, you can't quite take my key without a bop. And chat is saying it's Zelda's Lullaby. That's awesome.
It is, yes.
And chat, if you're wondering why I don't know what the recorder theme is, I can't actually hear the stream at all, so I'm counting on you guys to let me know when there's cool sounds happening, especially a cool sound in level 9, which we will get to eventually.
Thilotilo clearing out another IHOP room in level 8. This is definitely a very carb-heavy dungeon.
So, question from Ratboy, did he lose the key? I don't know what his key count was. If his key count was 0, he did not lose the key. If his key count was 1, I think he may have lost that key by grabbing the key on the same frame that he died. What an unfortunate thing to happen.
Dr. J actually went up the coast and grabbed the coast heart.
Not a terrible idea. Dr. J knows the wand is up on Death Mountain and knows it's at least 5 hearts. Does not know that it is 6 hearts. Excellent combat against the caffeinated land molas here in level 8 by Thilotilo.
Yeah, I deeply respect him deciding to just full clear 8. I see a map like that, and it feels like the laundry piling up and the sink full of dishes, and you just, oh, there's so much to do, and it's so off-putting, but he's just rolling up his sleeves, digging right in, and he never wants to see this place again.
That's entirely true. Also, Thilotilo not having the Triforce was definitely digging for that first. Dr. J about to get the disappointment of the wand.
Yes, both our runners were thinking we need some combat here.
Sadness in 3, 2, right there. Level
Oh,
9.
level 9. With a lovely cheddar color scheme for us to enjoy later.
Cheddar color scheme. That's the first time I've heard it described with that color. I like it. And that cave that Thilotilo just entered is a potion cave.
Ah, okay. Short work of some moblins. And grab ourselves a nice fat secret.
Here's level 3, and we're starting in this segment. This is questionable news on the bait block. Oh, look. You could rupee farm here.
Dr. J picking up his 6th heart.
Where will this transport drop Thilotilo off? Oh, it's at the bottom. Oh,
Wow.
happy day, chat. I think the bait block will be a thing. Maybe. Maybe.
Depends if we get to our Triforce first, and if we end up having anything too important beyond that.
Well, the first item is the blue boomerang, so we found one of the 2 floor items. Thilotilo discovering that that wall doesn't bomb. It turns out in 2Q3, none of the walls will ever bomb.
This is a stage where you can save your bombs unless you run into a whole pack of wizrobes.
There's the wand for Dr. J. Two key Monty for Thilotilo. Going up, finding a bomb refill room full of troll dongos.
All right, with his wand, Dr. J has decided to go back in and re-dip for... Ah, he wanted that bomb upgrade.
111 rupees for 5 bombs. Yes, please.
Now I have another question for you. Oh no! Double bananas in level 3!
That's okay. That just means it's the wooden boomerang, and now the last thing we need is the Triforce. And there's 3 rooms left. Well, 4 rooms. There actually is a room going down from the key. If
So
the
I know,
next room is the bait, it could be fun. It's not.
but it is
The bait
ladder
is not required. Also, this room wasn't cleared. There's the Triforce for
Ah,
Thilotilo.
there it is. So not ladder blocked. Very good. Now, I've noticed a lot of runners opt to not pick up the boomerang. But it seems very handy, especially if you haven't found your white sword yet. Why is it so many runners leave the boomerang behind?
So the boomerang is somewhat of a polarizing item. I tend to fall under the group of the boomerang has uses and you shouldn't just shun it. Basically, it's good to stun enemies. It's good for picking items up. But for a lot of runners, the boomerang actually messes with their select swap, so they don't count correctly, and like they're expecting to be on, say, bow and arrows or something, and they end up on the potion.
Right, right. It's just the less items you have, the faster you can swap through.
Sort of. As I was saying, it's kind of a count thing as well, because a lot of the runners will count.
All right, and
Chat doesn't agree with me that the boomerang debate is polarizing. I will just leave them to the wooden boomerang people versus the magic boomerang people versus the never boomerang people.
big fat secret on Candle Row, and we're gonna see if no bombs from the Octoroks. What have we got in our treehouse today? A shop. That'll do. Now, Dr. J opting to pick up the boomerang out of 3.
The magical boomerang.
The one I saw him pick up just now was the wooden boomerang. I'm going to assume he saw.
I think he grabbed both of them. The way I know he has the magical boomerang is because those gorillas are now throwing magical boomerangs.
Ah, yes. Right. And he'll take his Triforce and be on his way.
Another heart out of a take any for Thilotilo.
Where could he be going to check next?
Well, Thilotilo definitely has a place they are beelining. It looks like it's 1Q5.
Ah, yes.
Just trying to avoid orphaning a spot. I can respect that.
And our waterfall is level 1!
Level 1 is a great find. It's a big E, and I believe it'll have 2 items, both on the floor.
You gotta love it when you get a real nice behind the waterfall. Just that classic trope. Oh, but way too many red bubbles.
That's okay. Blue bubbles right above them. We're good to go for now. And if chat is wondering, it is not only the big E. Oh, that's the big A. Any key pickup for Thilotilo.
That'll take some pressure off. Definitely good to see when you're dealing with a Shapes 9, because you can run into so many locked doors.
That's right, you can run into all the locked doors, but with the any key, those locked doors are no longer a problem, and if our muggers happen to be asking for keys tonight, Thilotilo is in luck. Because it turns out if you have a mugger who wants 4 keys, and you give them 4 keys from all the keys, you still have all the keys. Oh, go ahead.
We were going to see some Wizrobes here.
Well, we were running out of dungeons, and we know the Wizrobes have to be here in Hyrule somewhere. There is just no way that we end up with one of those 0 Wizrobe seeds.
He'll walk into a room, and there'll be a single Lionel in there. And I'll be like, oh no, where are the rest of the guys? We'll play that Big Docker a lovely lullaby before we tuck in goodnight. Sorry, Spiky. I'm afraid you made a bad choice today.
That's okay. Heart container pickup for Thilotilo. 1 jaunt to the Triforce, and if that's accessible, they will be done with level 1.
We'll have to hope the wall bomb's open for him.
Oh no, this is the Triforce room.
Oh, I can count.
I don't claim that I can count. I mean, I've already got chat calling out that my math is not mathing, and that's okay, because I am not licensed to perform math on stream. That is a lot of blue Darknuts guarding the White Sword Cave. Thilotilo expertly damaging through all of them. And by damaging, I mean damaging them and using their iframes to pass through.
Very, very slick.
That's right. Hey Magpie, do you know what I am licensed to do on stream?
What are you licensed to do on stream?
I am licensed to tell people to go follow these runners. They are putting on a great show for us tonight, and honestly, they deserve your follow and support. You should also follow Cammy and Rinakai, our tracker. Without Cammy in here marking down and pressing buttons, I wouldn't have known it's a double boomerang 3 because I totally missed one of those. And finally, follow my co-com Magpie Maiden, because I believe she has streamed before, and she has threatened to stream again if you follow her.
I have not streamed in 5 years, but I have actually been thinking I was probably going to start doing it again. Thilotilo making his way west across the mountains. And we have found level 7!
This is an out-of-the-way place, and did we see level 7 earlier?
I don't remember seeing it personally, but I know both our runners have been up here in Death Mountain before. Greeted by Patra as a door guard.
So Magpie, you know what we forgot to call out?
What did we forget to call out?
We forgot to call out the last dungeon found, because we have seen all the dungeons now. And if we saw level 7 early, I think that means level 1 was our last dungeon to be found.
Oh, so they actually found all their dungeons quite quickly in this seed.
And here we see Thilotilo needing to play that game of find the bomb wall. It's not fun in a shape 7.
No, shape 7 is quite a big dungeon. Oh look, a very helpful key.
Well, a key that used to be helpful, but as soon as you have all the keys, you start ignoring those pesky keys on the floor. Dr. J has the Triforce out of level 1. Moving on, he will.
And
so chat's calling me out that it's Hyrule's favorite game of Find the Bomb Wall, and they are absolutely correct. It is Hyrule's favorite game. It's chat's favorite game, but I can all but guarantee it's not the runner's favorite game. Triforce out of level 7 for Thilotilo. Will they go back in?
that is a quick chip, but with so many items still missing. Actually, no. He only needs the bow.
That's right, but that bow can be in a lot of different places. It could be in 7, it could be in 8, or 6, or 5, or 4.
Well, I believe we saw all 3 items in 4, but Thilotilo hasn't. So he could be making
Did
the
we
bet.
see all 3 items in 4? What were the 3 items in 4? Remind me, because I don't remember.
Did we only see 2? There was a heart. For sure.
I know there was a heart, but I don't recall seeing anything else in there. But I'm also blind and up here talking, and I will tell you right now, talking and watching things, very difficult to do.
I'm going to have to go with chat with this one. Bow in level 10 this seed, definitely.
Well, the bow still could be on level 9. We have not had any hard Goma blocks. There is that Bubble Bobble dinosaur that tells us we did seed level 7 quite a bit earlier.
Oh, yes, indeed. It is now Dr. J's turn to make his way past the door guard and into 7.
Question in chat, recorder. And we did see the recorder somewhere.
I believe it was in 4.
Maybe it was recorder heart.
That's right. I believe we saw the recorder in 4. It was the stair item. Thilotilo, I believe, is the one who saw it. At least I do remember that Thilotilo is the one who found the recorder in a stair.
I would believe it if it was Tilo. He's back in level 4 now.
He wants that last item. He wants his bow. Or he's still looking for his ladder.
He's also looking for the Triforce in level 4. So I believe he's going to dig the dungeons where he doesn't have Triforces to try to find items and or those Triforces first.
Right. Gets his
There's
bomb
the bomb pickup all the way up to 13 bombs for the low price of 111 rupees. There is the Triforce pickup for Thilotilo. They did not venture past the Triforce to see the recorder in the stair.
And will not be going back in. Both our runners potentially sweating a little bit here. A lot of seeds tend to finish up around the 1 hour mark, and you have to wonder if either of them is worried about, feeling behind.
I'm not sure. Chat is asking the audio sounds off. Did something happen? I believe we switched back to Dr. J's audio. I think Dr. J may be running without music.
Nope, nope, there is music, but we did switch.
Okay, I have heard item drops out of Dr. J's. Maybe I am just showing how old I am and not able to hear the rest of it.
Another transport. Dr. J making his way.
So level 7 will have one transport. Did that just take him one room over?
You know, I've been seeing that a lot lately. Lots of very, very short transports this week. I'm not sure those stairs were built up to code.
Well, they were built to do something, and I think that something is troll our runners. Here's Thilotilo in level 2. This, I believe, is the location of the ladder.
Ratboy pointing out in chat that Thilotilo only has the recorder marked for 4. We may, in fact, be missing 2 items out of 4.
Here's the ladder for Thilotilo.
Now, we haven't run into any ladder blocks yet, but very, very good to find the ladder. You hate to be missing it.
So, Magpie, do you know what the best ladder block is of all?
What, the very best?
Absolutely. The very absolute bestest one that chat always loves to see is Dr. J gets their Triforce at a level 7.
What is the very best ladder block that chat always loves to see?
It's when you have no ladder blocks in the entire seed. You go through all of it. You have the bow, you have the silvers, you have Doug level 9, you find Ganon, you kill Ganon, you've got the compass, you know where the kidnapped is. You find the door pops open, and bam! Zelda in a Chevy room.
Oh, Chevy room.
The runner-up is Zelda in a circle note.
I mean, yeah, the Chevy would be terrible because then you got to do the double clip.
That would be a tea room, but the tea room there is a way around. With the circle moat or the Chevy room, you have to have the ladder to get to Princess Zelda.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
Dr. J being a lot more thorough with items.
This might be the first seed I've seen in a while where none of the dungeons were behind a power bracelet.
That happens from time to time, and Dr. J has picked up a second bomb upgrade. 18 bombs prepped to play level 9's game of Find the Bomb Wall.
You know, on a Shape's back half, it feels really good to have that second bomb upgrade. Alright, Thilotilo here to get his last Triforce out of 6. Hopefully. Find him. I do not believe he will find the bow here. I believe we saw the candle and a heart. And I did not mark it. I do not know what is in 6. But he will happily upgrade his candle and take that bit of combat help. Very well timed clock. Alright, and Dr. J going back into 6.
That's right. Did we see Dr. J pull the other item out of level 7?
I did not catch it, but Thilotilo has found the power bracelet in 6.
So power bracelet and red candle. Thilotilo only needs the Triforce out of level 6 to be done.
Now, it looks like the power bracelet was in the V column. This room... No, was it the Chevy room or the room before that?
It was this Chevy room, I believe.
Alright, so that is the room we're hoping Dr. J will find ASAP, since he spent too much time digging this 6.
So I see chat having a discussion. If Zelda were to appear in the middle of the circle block room, that would make at least one randomizer developer very, very unhappy. This should be the power bracelet for Dr. J.
Yep, you can see it. Well, you could see it before they all dogpiled on each other. Up at night could go there. And he will leave and go try his luck in another dungeon.
That's right, and Thilotilo is going to stick around. The Triforce is what they seek.
Oh, there is our oh, no. It is second quest 6. Yes. No.
Yep.
Yes.
Arrow purchase for Dr. J, and that shape of level 6 is just called the leftover shape.
I can see why. I believe I saw a wiki call it a wizard hat.
Okay, I could go with a wizard hat. I think what the developers did is they spelled out the letter Zelda for the first 5 dungeons, and then that was just the shape that was left over in the blocks they had.
Yeah, no, that is probably what happened. Ah, he got his compass. He knows the Triforce is just a quick jaunt away. You know what it reminds me of? The Roadrunner. Looking left.
I can see that. I guess meep beep. Or is it beep beep?
I think officially it is Meep.
Oh, meep. Meep beep. There it is. You know, it's been a little bit. Looney Tunes has been kind of not on the air, sadly. Triforce for Thilotilo out of level 6. They have assembled the Triforce of Wisdom and are now eligible to enter level 9.
Do you think they'll go right to 9 hoping the bow is in it, or do you think they're going to revisit some of the older dungeons and try to dip into those shapes?
I am uncertain. It looks like they are going to continue a little bit of overworld exploration. I believe they already have seen level 9.
Yes, both runners have found 9. It's all the way down on the southern edge of the map.
So, in the position Tilo is in, having dug very few dungeons, I would expect they are going to go to level 9 and dig around until they have found both items, or they have found one item, Prince Darkness Ganon and the Kidnapped.
I think they're turning around to go back into 1? Nope, walking by it.
Chat is now discussing what number of bugs could come together to make that Zelda in a circle block room possible, and quite frankly, I think it's great.
You can always count on chat to come up with the most potentially, shall we say, interesting seed ideas for our runners.
And if that were possible, what I would recommend is that you come up with like 4 to 8 scenarios that are all crazy like that. And then what you do, and this is the most important part, is you make sure that some number of those could be done in the same seed.
Now I noticed Jay.
Go ahead.
Picking up a potion. I noticed Jay was checking power bracelet spots. Has he
Yes.
not seen 8?
I don't believe Jay walked into the waterfall.
I thought the waterfall was 1.
If 1 was the waterfall, then Jay has not seen 5, which is over here at the 2Q7 spot. But it's burned, so I'm confused. Must be 8 that they are missing. And we have Thilotilo in level 9. So, Magpie, for viewers who may not be familiar with Zelda, can you explain what Thilotilo is looking for in here?
Yes, so Thilotilo, aside from the bow, of course, is looking for 2 things that every runner wants to find in 9 as quickly as possible. The first, he wants to hear Ganon's roar, because Ganon is a terrible neighbor, and he makes plenty of noise. You can hear him from any orthogonally adjacent room that he is in. The second thing he is looking for is the location of our princess. She will be locked behind a shuttered door that will not open after you kill all the monsters unless the bacon itself has been cooked. Conversely, once you kill Ganon, the shutter door will immediately spring open as soon as you find it, even if you have not yet killed all the monsters in the room.
That is correct. I don't think I could have said it better myself.
That one I did not have written down on an index card.
That's okay. What you do is you just say, yeah, I've got it written on an index card, even if you don't. Or, don't let chat know you're cheating. Tell chat you are not looking at a teleprompter.
I was one of those students who would take very good notes and then never read them ever again.
Surprisingly enough, if you take really good notes, that is part of the learning experience. It'll actually reinforce your knowledge of the material. A heart for Dr. J in level 5. That's right, they could be cue cards. I forgot about those too. You see what you've done, Magpie? Now chat's gonna find all the different ways you could be getting your information. I'm waiting for somebody there to say smoke signals.
And Dr. J just found a 4 heart in 5, making 5 full of a whole lot of love and not a whole lot of bows.
So there is one silver lining to that, and that's those 13 hearts. I mean, there's an 80% chance that Dr. J can lift the magical sword should they choose to venture all the way back to the northeast of Hyrule to attempt.
Well, if you were right, and the waterfall was 8, although I thought it was 1, then that's not too far out of his way.
Oh, I have no idea whatsoever where level 8 is. I didn't write it down. I'm not tracking this race.
Yet another transport stair. I believe there are 6 of these. Oh, see, Dr. J knew where 8 is.
Yep, it's down here on the coast.
Oh, Zelda has been spotted!
That is 1/3 of the puzzle solved for Thilotilo.
Looks like she is in the northeast. But no roar yet.
Well, even if Thilotilo gets a roar, unless the game is being extra trolly. Magpie, do you know how the game could be trolly if there is a roar?
Oh, your heart skips a beat when you see it's an item stair, but alas. Book in
That's
9.
okay. The book is actually a great find. because one of the hints in level 9 can tell you the location of the silvers, and that can be very helpful, except you already have the silvers, so you're out of luck. But with 203 rupees, Thilotilo could save and go buy the hints.
So, how could the game be extra trolly?
There's a heart in level 8 stare for Dr. J. Magical Sword is now guaranteed. So, extra trolly. Imagine with me that you could get into Ganon's room, and there are just walls. Imagine Ganon blocking a couple of rooms and you needing to bomb through one of those walls through Ganon's room and then finding the item you seek.
Ooh. That is an 8. There is our skeleton. And that is many moblins. A mob of moblins.
So what is a group of Poles voice called?
What is a group of Poles voice called? How about a posh pole voices?
A posh. I like that. I was just going to say a scream.
Hey, we
Red
found our
ring.
red ring.
So level 8 doing a decent level 9 impersonation with a red ring and silver arrows. Dr. J still needing to find those silver arrows. Acquire, I like that one.
Acquire full voices, yes. And we have a toll, which you will gladly pay 33 rupees for.
And we have chat pointing out that with every item Dr. J finds that is not the bow, the odds of the bow being in level 9 will increase, and that's absolutely correct.
Yes, so this would be good, of course, for Thilotilo if it was in 9. I believe we've now seen all the items in 8. It was
thonk of Pole's voice. What about calling him a twang?
I heard a roar! Oh, it might have been... Yeah,
Was
no.
the roar this Gleeok?
Gosh, maybe. He's trying so hard to get through. No, it was not.
This is a roar. We have found it. And it looks like the roar is right below where the kidnapped is. Will there be an immediate door? Thilotilo going in to find out. There will not be an immediate door, but there is a potential to bomb to the right.
No.
And Ganon says no. I always like it when Ganon pays the contractors properly to build a good level 9.
I like to think that there was a door there, and they had it boarded up. You know, no, that's too easy. We can't have that. So, trying to recap in my mind here, if the bow is in 9, what have we got left? We know it's not in 8, or I believe 4. I think, or we're missing one in 4.
I think we're missing one item in 4. Did we see both items out of 7? Did we see any items out of 7?
We must have seen something.
Well, we saw a Triforce for sure.
There, yeah, okay, yeah, this is true. Thilotilo looking for a 4 item. Stopping Kill Big Dogger. No luck.
Everybody's second favorite eyeball monster going down for no good reason.
It's a tragedy, really. Won't anybody think of the Dig Doggers? And I'm not quite sure he meant to pick it up in that moment, but Dr. J has taken his Triforce out of date and is leaving.
That is correct. Dr. J has offended the Triforce of Wisdom, why not? But actually assembled the Triforce of Wisdom and is now eligible to enter level 9. And Chad is correct. There is no floor item in level 9, but I think everybody might have known that? Question mark?
Oh, they're both stair. No, that was me. I said a floor item in 9. I thought it was a stair and a floor like most 2-item levels.
Oh, see, there I am not paying attention and just letting you go right on with your deceptive commentary. As Dr. J is making the play for Mags, will he pick it up or will this seed be bugged?
I was simply testing chat. It was a test. Just wanted to make sure they were paying attention. Neither stuff.
Hey, Chad, good job for paying attention and keeping my co-com honest.
It's like Dr. J has opted to go back and dig into 2.
So we are missing 3 items, according to chat. A floor in 2, a stair, 4. Stair and floor in 4, and 1 in 9. So one of those will be a heart container, I believe. One will be the raft. One will be the bow. And the other will be the white sword.
I was just tabbing myself over to Dr. J, checking his tracker, seeing where he might be going next.
I think Dr. J is committing to bow, not in 9.
And it's so interesting when the race comes down to these choices, right? It's a minute 6. You're just about starting to hit the time where racers begin to get close to closing out their game. You've got all your Triforces, and you're worried your opponent has all their Triforces, and just, did they happen across it the first time they went into 2, the first time they went into 4? Are they killing Ganon now as we speak? And it all comes down to that choice. You know, which checks do you do, which checks do they do, and who does the seed love more?
Well, I know who the seed loves the most. It's chat. You can tell because the door is behind a chute, and I believe that's the only accessible way, maybe? And chat has it right. The race is going to come down to whoever finds Ganon first after finding the bow, defeats Ganon, and gets to the kidnapped. And we are almost guaranteed that will be the winner of the race.
Almost.
Well, look at that level 9 map for Thilotilo. This is what I mean by shapes is gonna shapes.
Shapes is going to shapes.
I also very much enjoy the fact that one of our other chatters points out that bombs and keys are floor items, are they not? They are, but I think we mean major items like heart containers or boomerangs. Hint time is what's being called out in chat, and I agree. It is time to go get some hints, figure out what the seed wants from us, and hope that the hints aren't the most trolly things we have seen. So chat, we're going to get 6 hints. How many of them do you think should be troll hints? You can guess between 0 and 6. Make guesses now.
So, doing a quick check over on Tilo's tracker, it looks like Tilo still believes he might need to dig 4, 5, and 7.
Going for hints. Level 2, the second item is the raft.
That one, fortunately, he already knew, I believe.
Not sure. I didn't see the second hint.
Augmentus. Aquamentus has the magic key. Yes, thank you very much, Hint Shop. Very helpful.
All right, so 3 for 3 on bum hints. What will the next hints hold?
Now, given that the only locations that both of our runners do not have solved on their trackers are 4 and 9, Dr. J could be making a good call here by going back into 4. It's Goma's birthday. He has the candle. Thank you very much, Hint.
Did we get 2 hints for Aquamentus awaiting with the magic key? Because if we did, that's impressive.
We did indeed. Infinite keys and apparently infinite hits without the keys.
I did not know that a hint could be repeated in that fashion. I am absolutely astounded and happy to have been calling a seed where this wondrousness has occurred. Dr. J confirming that level 4 is in fact a giant D.
I'm still hoping for the bow in here. Thilotilo stocking up on blueberries, planning for a deep dive of 9, perhaps. Oh! It is not the bow in 4, it is the white sword.
And Dr. J, already having the magical sword, says, "You know what, White Sword? We hardly knew ye. Not worth the time to walk down and pick up."
Doesn't matter how light it is. Thilotilo spamming that recorder, bringing him to... Which one was this? 8!
I believe Thilotilo has 2 items outstanding here in level 8. I could be wrong though, because this seed has been, how shall we say it, chat? That's right, a seed.
It has indeed.
Chat would like to know what's in level 5. There was a Triforce piece and at least 1 heart, but I believe it was a double heart for Dr. J. Dr. J has made the play to level 9. Here we go. Getting that exploration in and possibly finding the bomb wall that Thilotilo missed. We're going to find out soon.
Now this is very good for Dr. J that Thilotilo finds his red ring here, because this helps him match some of the time. Thilotilo has already been able to do quite a few rooms in 9, and now that Dr. J is getting to play some catch-up, this is going to put them on a much more even footing.
That's right. Thilotilo has picked up their red ring and is continuing to look for the final item in level 8. We do not believe Dr. J has the silvers. However, it is possible that Dr. J picked them up and we didn't notice. When Tilo picked them up, me and Magpie both missed it. So maybe?
He does have it marked on his tracker. So I believe he would probably he would probably have it at this point, if he's deciding to dip 9.
In fact, I would argue based on the way he's been playing, if he's dipping 9 now, that means he has all of the other items picked accounted for in all of the other dungeons. So chat, this is a good opportunity to follow our runners. We have Dr. J exploring level 9. We have Thilotilo going back and clearing items they may have missed or did miss. So give them a follow and follow our tracker Cami and Rinakai. Also, if you'd like to, follow my co-com, Magpie Maiden. Magpie promises to stream eventually if they get enough follows. And questions in chat. Do we know if Dr. J has silvers? I already covered that one because he's killing Ganon right now. And he has the bow from somewhere.
Must have caught it in one of the freezes. Well, I wonder where he dipped to get that. Let me check his tracker.
Oh boy, chat. Also, have we seen all the power bracelet spots? I'm not sure if we saw all of them, but the power bracelet was not required. One of them was a take anywhere. Thilotilo got a potion, and Thilotilo is now on extreme life support. There is the princess. Let's get our GGs in chat for Dr. J, PhD, our race winner of game 1.
So Bo was indeed back in 4, so we had the double D there.
I believe Bo in 4. Just that's the kind of seed this has been. And we'll see if Thilotilo is going to finish it out. So far, still going.
Probably wants to know, right? Because they were in a couple of times, and they're probably like, I need to know, did I leave it?
Okay, and there is the forfeit from Thilotilo. We are going to get set up for game 2 shortly. The floor, Dr. J did confirm the bow was a floor item in 4.
Yes. Well, I'm very much looking forward to watching the second game, but I'm afraid, chat, that you'll be doing so without my commentary. I will be gracefully bowing out and surrendering the floor to a wonderful, talented commentary, Ratboy, who will be joining us in game 2.
That's right, Ratboy42 is going to come in here and make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's got his work cut out for him. And let's see if we can get our runners in, or will they pop right into the second seed?
They're not going to do interviews right now because we're doing a doubleheader, Magpie.
Just going to pop right into the second seed. Absolutely. I wouldn't, honestly, I wouldn't want to dwell on this seed either. This has been a trip. But wonderful for us. Very entertaining. Great run. I very much was on the edge of my seat.
Awesome. Well, Magpie, thank you for joining me on comms for this first game. It was an absolute pleasure doing comms with you, and I look forward to comming with you again in the future.
Me too. Hopefully we'll get a game soon here. Enjoy your evening, and good luck to our runners on the second race.
All right, Camion, thank you for tracking tonight. We greatly appreciate that. And with that, that's going to bring us to a close of Game 1. We are going to get set up for Game 2, which will be in very short order. So, here we go. And with that, we will be back soon.